What's up, guys? Holding Acid with you here, bringing you Eden Zero Chapter 13 review. This chapter was titled Eden Zero. This was a really good chapter. Basically, it was the continuation of last chapter with Shiki confronting Elsa, who's a skeleton chick now. And this was just a battle streak chapter, so it was real easy to just read through it. But they fighting, and this is the first time that we get to actually see Shiki fight someone, and he struggles, which that's good. And he's struggling, and there's some inner dialogue between the two. And basically, she was telling Shiki that about his grandfather, of how she know him and stuff like that. And Shiki, while he's fighting her, he's getting flashbacks of when he used to fight the Demon King, because that's the one who taught him his gravity magic. And he also taught him how to fight. And he's remembering a lot of stuff, and we get to see more of Shiki's flashback with that. And it was actually surprisingly, because the Demon King was only with Shiki for like 8 years. Then he died. And we see Shiki crying, shaking him, saying, "I'm gonna fix you, don't leave," and stuff like that. And we see all the other robots there. The Demon Knight General. We see Michael, he's there as well. And some other robots that we didn't get their name, but we've seen them before in like back panels of the first 2 chapters and stuff like that. So, it was real sentimental seeing that, and also really cool seeing Shiki's flashback. And he states something weird. He states, "You can't die yet. You haven't taught me the meteor." The depending on which translation you're reading, it may be different. But mine said the comic Meteor Rush, which was like his finishing move. So he didn't get to teach that to Shiki, sadly. And Shiki was, shaking over saying that and crying and stuff. And it was just a real cute flashback between him and his father and stuff like that. But it was a great chapter and a great, flashback and stuff. And we also learned that Shiki, besides learning gravity and how to fight fight with him, he's also the one that, of course, as we already know, he raised him as well as his son. So he even got the last name, Gramba, from that city, which was also named by the Demon King. So, but where they're fighting and stuff, we get cut over to another group, and we get introduced to not 1 or 2 but 3 new characters. And these characters come from the Recall Space Unit. Basically, they look like Power Rangers, like I stated in my last video. Like a lot of people have been saying about, their character designs. And it's funny because they basically space cops. Kind of like, I think his name is Gecko or Jekko from Dragon Ball Super. Basically how he's a space pirate and a space cop, and he goes after space pirates and tyrants and stuff like that and wanted people. Well, these guys do the same thing, and their target was Ezra Crimson. But they noticed something very unique in their scanners, and I'm happy Hero put this in, and hopefully he uses this more. It was stated that they were reading ether energy, and that there was ether energy in the ship that they had never sensed before, and that it was even stronger than Ezra's Crimson. And they got freaked out when they found that out, and it was getting stronger and stronger. And the 3 characters, we got Justice, which is basically Jalal with blonde hair. And then we have a guy named Victory, his partner, who he looks like Elfman with like slick black hair. I think he's blonde and the other guy's white hair, something like that. And then we got Creed, who's like their tech dude. So you got the muscle, the tech, and the leader, who's like badass. These are the 3 new characters we're introduced to this Recon Space Unit. And they're reading this and stuff, and it's funny because in this one panel where they're in a dark, talking to each other and having that dialogue, Creed states that this energy that they're sensing, this ether energy, is over 100,000. So I guess Hero Masha must put in power scaling down in the series. I mean, I don't mind if that's what Hero needs to do to balance himself out, so he won't pull out, a fairy tale and always use Nakama power up over and over again. If he needs to do something like that to keep himself on track and make the story great, then I'm all for it. As long as it's not a flop, then I won't have no complaints. But I don't think fairy tale power scaling was that bad either. People just overreacted because Hero based it more for friendship and emotions, giving them power than naturally them like doing anything or really training much, technically speaking. But it just depends on your reference. But it was great seeing that we got actually numbers and facts. Because in fairy tale, we knew ether exists and everyone has it. That's how you use magic. Everyone's born with a certain amount in their body. But we never really got down to like the numbers, the calculations, the types. How can you really use it? Is it stored in one place of your body or over like chakra and kai? We never really got that. But from Eden Zero Chapter 13, which I'm reviewing right now, it seems we're pretty much getting there now. So, and Eden Zero is like the successor of Fairy Tail, so this is the manga that Hiro Mashima himself is doing. All the other Fairy Tail spin-off, 100 Year Quest, the police one with Happy Natsu and Lucy, the Happy Village one, all those spin-off Fairy Tales that we haven't and that's been coming out lately, Hiro just been doing the story. The artwork and stuff has been done by other people, because Hiro just focused on this. So, but yeah, that was awesome to see, and it was nice getting those 3 characters. And also, it was also stated by Elzy that the Demon King was actually looking for Mother at one point in his life, and he couldn't find her. And Shiki kind of shook and trembling, but if you read the text on the bottom, it was trembling at an excitement, because there was something that the Demon King couldn't do. So this makes sure he says, I couldn't beat you when you were alive. If I can do something that you couldn't do, that'd be a form of beating you. That was technically like the thought process that was technically given if you read the dialogue. So Shiki was very happy that his goal is the same as his grandfather's, or father, however you want to word it out. But after that, as you see in the thumbnail, the chapter ends with Shiki actually unlocking his dormanted power and using the comic rush attack and grabbing Elsie by her face and just ramming her through like pillars or walls from where they were fighting going down. But yeah, this chapter was really great. If you have not read Eden Zero Chapter 13, I advise you to go read it. If you read it already, go read it again. Great chapter. Also, for those who have not read it yet or dropped it early, I advise you to hop on it, because Hiro, as I can see so far, Hiro is trying not to make the same mistakes he made in Fairy Tail, and he even takes jabs at certain things that people made fun of him for, correcting them. So I don't think this is going to be a Fairy Tail 2.0 for those Fairy Tail haters out there, but at the same time, it's also something very new and intriguing, because we really don't get space-time rewind series like that much in Shonen, and this is technically what this series is. It's a magical adventure series like Fairy Tail, but it has time and space in it as well, and that's very unique. But this is all I have for this one, guys. I want to apologize for this being out late. I had to work double shifts last week, so a lot of my reviews were either late or I haven't done them yet. So, but later on after this video, I'm going to do Eden Zero Chapter 14. That's supposed to be coming out later on today, on Thursday. So, yeah, this is all I have for this one, guys, and I hope to see you on the next one. Peace.